In today's Money Watch, we are working to get into good financial shape now that we can enter the new year on a stable footing. That is the hope and the goal. We've got 6 weeks left in 2024. If you dedicate time starting today, you might be able to save or even make some cash. How about that for a promise? CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger is here with tips on how we can make some cash. Okay, this is the right time to think of year-end planning because it's almost the end of the year.
Yeah, except, a lot of people are like, what? You're like a retailer who's starting the season too early.
Yes.
Like, shouldn't we do year-end planning in December? There is a very rational point here, and that is that once the holidays start, you're going to get sucked into that vortex of holiday energy, and you're not going to want to focus on your money. So if we really talk about this today, you have a chance to make a difference, and we will actually help you get there. And I think the most important place to start is to figure out if you're on track with your tax planning for next year. Because the IRS
Tax
has
planning?
Yes.
It's November, Jill.
I know, but the thing is, you can make changes before the end of the year that could actually influence where you are. So you start by saying, let me look at that IRS estimator. You want to see, are you withholding enough money? With 6 weeks to go, you might have said, oh, my goodness, I made some money somewhere else. Now I'm not holding back enough money to pay my taxes. Maybe I'll contact my payroll department and up my withholding before the end of the year. If I wait till December 20th, I can't do anything about it. So use that IRS withholding estimator. If you find you're short or if you're not working, maybe you want to even consider making a quarterly payment so you don't have a penalty when it comes to April.
Wow. So anything else that people should be doing now to prepare for their taxes? I know it's not, April's a far away time away, but anything else people can do?
When you look at your retirement plan contributions, that can have a real sizable impact on your taxes. So let's say you're making a pre-tax contribution, a 401k, or you're a teacher, you've got a 403b. You can up that contribution, and that will mean that more money goes into your retirement plan, less money will get taxed, and you will see a lower tax bill potentially next April. So putting pre-tax money away before the end of the year, that can be extremely helpful.
You've got a reminder for retirement savers that are already 72 or above. What is it?
Okay, this is always something that makes me laugh because we use these pre-tax retirement plans our whole lives. And then people will call my podcast and they'll say, hey, Jill, this is crazy. The government is forcing me to take money out of my retirement plan. And that's messing up my Social Security. It's messing up my Medicare. I said, hey, you made a deal with the IRS. You said, I'm going to push that money aside into my retirement account. I'm not going to pay tax on it. But when I retire and I pull the money out, that's when I pay tax out. When you're 72 or 73 and soon to be 75, the government requires you to take money out of these accounts. This is called a required minimum distribution. Failure to take your required minimum distribution, or RMD, can result in an excise tax, a penalty of up to 50% of what you were supposed. Yeah, okay.
So that's 72 is when it kicks in?
It kicks in at 72.
Okay.
So, like, if your mom is sitting there saying, I've got a bunch of retirement accounts, you make sure, hey, Mom, are you sure you're taking your required minimum distribution? If you don't, you could get whacked with a penalty.
Does your mom have to do something to take the money out, or will it automatically happen?
Well, anyone who is 72 or older has to proactively decide, am I going to lump all of my required minimum distributions together and take one withdrawal? Or you may be notified by your bank, your investment company, or your mutual fund company. They may say you need to take a required minimum distribution. You don't have to take it out of every single account. It can be one amount for all of your pre-tax money.
Should we all be short selling Bitcoin right about now?
We don't talk about short selling on this program. Okay,
I know.
It is interesting.
What's wrong with short selling?
Well, I think I know what it is, right? It's when you bet that something's going to go down.
Yeah, you bet against
borrow it.
Just to
sell
be
it,
clear, anyone who's worried about their investments, this is a wonderful time of the year to rebalance your account. Make sure if you're 50-50, stay in that allocation. Take a deep breath. We'll get to more of that next week, I promise.
All right.
Great.
Jill Schlesinger, thank you very much. Appreciate it. If you have a money-related question that you'd like to ask Jill, you can send her an email at askjill@cbs.com, and she may answer it in an upcoming segment.